Welcome to the video guide for Surtr's Devouring Flame, the 5th and likely final Rise of the Sinister Dominion boss fight released as part of patch 2.13.0 of Dragalia Lost. I'll be covering both expert and master mechanics in this video, as that cuts down on overall workload while also providing all information in a single comprehensive video. Hopefully this works out, but feel free to leave a dislike if it ruffles your jimmies. Surtr's less of a HP sponge compared to Asura and Iblis before him, so fights are comparatively snappy so long as mechanics are handled correctly. As always, my name is Xenozillus, and let's get straight to it. Surtr's got a few unique abilities that reduce the amount of damage he takes. I'll cover them in sequence as they come up. The first mechanic from Fallen Michael is Targeting Crystal. One player is targeted and tracked with a purple marker, which drops a meteor with a glowing ring. This is followed by a set of red AoEs. These AoEs ignite the meteor, causing it to explode for a large amount of damage within the ring's radius. Drop the meteor away from the boss to allow your team to maintain DPS uptime. After this, you'll see Burning Desolation. It's a simple room-wide purple AoE inflicting burn. Not a huge issue, but it'll hinder your Sandalphon if she's looking to transform unless she removes the affliction. After that, a series of purple ring, square and line AoEs. This is handled by dodging out, in, then out again. Depending on your team's DPS, you should clear the first phase around now. Fallen Michael will also occasionally buff his defense, easily handled with a Dispel. Phase 2 leads with Curse Nihility, Creeping Corrosion, and Burn applications. Not a huge deal, but dragon tanking these will make things easier on your healer. Surtr's weak points during this phase are his left and right arms. Breaking these will turn some purple telegraphs red. Surtr will activate his fire resistance ability by casting Scorching Shield. A counter appears below Surtr's HP bar, depleted with damage over time afflictions. Surtr will be vulnerable to all of these afflictions, so skill shares such as Formal Hakims, Halloween Silas and Regina will make short work of this. While the ability is active, Surtr will take a flat amount of reduced damage from each attack. The next mechanic is Crystalline Embers. Surtr will drop 4 grey meteors around the arena. One will be larger and have metal trim, so look out for it. After posing for a few seconds, Surtr will quickly cast 2 purple room-wide AoEs. Hide behind the larger meteor to stay safe from both blasts, as the smaller meteors will disappear with the first AoE. After a few minor mechanics, Surtr will activate his Daystar restoration ability alongside Blazing Resistance. While these orange shields are active, Surtr will become immune to Dispel, Afflictions, and all damage sources that aren't standard attacks or Tiki's Divine Dragon Form's standard attacks. Other standard dragon attacks, dragon skills, or adventurer skills will inflict 0 damage and also be reflected back. Simply mash your standard attacks to break through the shield as soon as possible, as Surtr will regenerate health while Daystar restoration is active. There's a shield HP bar above him for you to track progress. Each time you trigger the shield's immunity by hitting the shield with the wrong attack, you'll be inflicted with a 15% strength debuff. Once the shield is broken, hit Surtr with Dispels to remove the Daystar restoration buff before he regenerates too much HP. After this is Blooming Crystal. This is a repeat of Targeting Crystal from phase 1, but with 2 meteors instead. This is followed by an unnamed mechanic which I'll refer to as his Flame Aura. Surtr charges a small red AoE under his feet. This creates a small burning aura around him that deals a huge amount of damage, and he'll begin walking towards the nearest adventurer. Keep your distance for a few seconds until it wears off. After this is Stunning Wildfire. The player is targeted with a red orb, which fires a laser at the same player once it reaches the wall. Bait this laser away from other players to allow them to keep DPS uptime. This is followed with Sweltering Crystals. 4 large meteors are dropped around the arena with a burning ring on the edge of the arena. A small purple AoE will track the player in solo or each player in co-op. Drop the AoE on a meteor to create a safe zone, as the remaining large meteors will ignite and explode. That covers it for expert mechanics. As for Master, the first new mechanic in Master is Conflagrant Quartz. 2 red and 2 grey meteors drop around the arena before Surtr targets a player with 2 purple cone AoEs. Block line of sight from Surtr using the grey meteors to avoid being damaged. The red meteors will detonate if used in this way, so avoid doing so. Master mechanic number 2 is Raging Flames. I've only seen this in co-op, but this presents a series of purple line AoEs while each player is targeted with a chaser. Split into the safe zones to avoid overlapping chasers. If you're desperate, you can also move into the corners, as there are small safe zones there too. Master mechanic number 3 is Sea of Flames. Surtr drops a meteor in the middle of the arena before casting a wave. Stand behind the meteor to stay safe. If it's red, move away from it to avoid its explosion before moving back into the middle to avoid a large purple ring AoE. If it's grey, stand behind it to avoid a room-wide purple AoE. Master mechanic number 4 is Crystal Firestorm. Surtr will drop 4 red meteors around the arena before firing out 2 pairs of cone AoEs. These will detonate opposing pairs of meteors one after the other, so stand in the safe spots of one set before moving into the other. This is somewhat akin to Sweet Circle in Lilith, though maybe a slightly different flavour. Note that red meteors in Master no longer have the ring denoting their AoE radius, so be extra careful around them. Master mechanic number 5 is Dancing Pyre. This spawns 4 red orbs around Surtr before targeting players with purple AoEs that drop meteors. Place these meteors between the red orbs and the edges of the arena, as Surtr will push these orbs outwards. If they reach the walls, they'll detonate with large, square AoEs. Master mechanic number 6 isn't named, but I'll call it Lava Waves. 3 waves will spawn at the opposing sides of the arena. Either the center or edge waves will move first, followed by the remaining waves. It's fairly simple to avoid, but they move quickly, which can catch you off guard. Master mechanic number 7 is Combustion. This spawns a grid of purple and red square AoEs, which will swap positions after a while. There's plenty of time to react and dodge into the red squares after they swap, so keep calm and try not to use any long animation skills during the swap. Master also sees a change to Sweltering Crystals. The 4 meteors dropped have a chance to not have a ring accompanying them. If there's no ring, avoid breaking them with the chasers, as you'll require a large meteor to shield from 2 room-wide AoEs. Unlike before, they don't detonate, so you'll need them undamaged. And that's about it in terms of mechanics you'll see in both Expert and Master difficulties of Surtr. Team building isn't too strict in this fight so long as you're aware of and play around mechanics as they happen. The major requirements are a decent source of afflictions and a few dispels. The heal check in this fight isn't too bad, so most healers can get by, though understandably Grace might struggle. Standout units that help handle mechanics are Tiki, Gala Mascular, and Gala Zephyr. Tiki can help chew through blazing resistance shield hit points with her Divine Dragon Form attacks, Zephyr has far above average standard attack damage, and Mascular has a standard attack focus coupled with rapid dispels to handle the Daystar regeneration buff stacks once the shield is down. Regina and Sandalphon are nice to have to help drop the affliction counter faster, though lacking them in your team can be easily counteracted by bringing afflicting skills like former Joaquin or the new Halloween Silas. Rapid fire manacasters might have an awkward time standard attacking while the shield is up, but they should be fine so long as they remember the change in game plan that the mechanics force. When it comes to common mistakes, I mostly saw deaths due to hiding behind the wrong meteor, or getting caught in the unnamed Flame Aura mechanic. Everything else is fairly clear in terms of stand away from explosions, so this fight isn't too bad mechanically. If you have further questions, feel free to leave a comment or pop by my Twitch streams. As always, take it easy, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.